Alright, let's start the stream. Okay, welcome everyone to my first ever stream. So yeah, today I'll be working on my browser. So I've been working on this browser from scratch for nearly 2 years now, and the progress so far is it is able to render a few pages. On most of the pages it's gonna crash, but sometime it will work. Yeah, so I should probably put the links in GitHub, but it doesn't matter really. Yeah, so the progress so far is I got this browser that is able to handle resize. That's not very smooth resizing, but you know it resizes, and also it's also able to handle scrolling. However, it doesn't have a scroll bar yet, and so this is what I'm aiming to do in this stream. So I'll be supporting rendering a scroll bar. We won't be supporting like dragging or anything, because dragging requires to like capture the mouse action and stuff, and all that things require a lot of code that I haven't written yet. So for now we'll just ignore it. For this stream we're just gonna focusing on rendering a small scroll bar. Yeah. So let's first create a branch. I do not have a convention for this. I'll just do this then. Rendering. And by the way, I'll be speaking in both Vietnamese and English. So feel free to use any language that you guys want and comment in the chat, and I'll try to respond to you. Yeah. All right. Okay, I'll be. Oh, it should be in rendering. Okay. Actually, it should be a painting. Okay, so the project structure is basically we have this render folder, which is used for the render engine. So the render engine is it's basically the process that do the rendering of the web page, and then once it's done rendering, it's gonna send back a bitmap or like a frame that is finished rendering, and it's passed onto the main, which is in the main folder. It's just like so the main process is the one that handle all the UI. So the main process will like receive the frame and then just render out the frame onto the UI. Oops. Yeah. But the individual components of the rendering is located in components, and I have a painting component that handle all the painting. So the painting component is basically just a module that accepts the layout box, which is like the layout tree. So when your page is like when the page is finished layouting, it represent in a tree structure, and so this painting process just go through the tree and just render out like the text and the boxes. Okay, what are you implementing? I'm implementing a scroll bar. So it's basically like right now the browser is able to run and render stuff, but it doesn't show a scroll bar yet. Like I can scroll it, but it doesn't have a scroll bar, and I want to render out a scroll bar. So yeah, that's what we're aiming for today. Okay, so how do we start doing that? So we want to start doing that by probably render like a box for the layout box that support scrolling, I guess. Yeah. So in that case, it probably should be in build pane box. So this is the function that render all the boxes. So probably we should do something over here. Is box visible? If not, put visible. Okay. Okay, that's good. Can we do something like render scroll bar roughly around here, just like this? Because what this does is it's returning a pane box. We also want to return a pane box. Okay, so let's, instead of returning just one box, should returning a series of boxes, because a layout box can generate multiple pane box anyway, so we'll just do that instead. Okay. Oh, hold on. Why are we returning? Because after we have the rectangle, we're returning the box for painting. Yes, that's good. And then we push it to the paint box. Okay, yeah. Oh wait, so does this do anything at all? If it's not, if this line is not append into the list, then it does basically nothing. Ugh, okay, that's a bug there, I think. Yeah, that's definitely a bug. Okay. Okay, so instead of doing this, probably it's better to do this. We're gonna directly mutable. Gonna mutate the list of boxes. Instead of returning it, because it's easier that way. Probably a bad choice, but who cares? Let's do it like that for now. If it's not visible, then do that. Then render the scroll bar. Oh, we'll take care of this later. For now, we just can ignore this. We don't have to return this anymore, though we do need to push it in the list of boxes. dot boxes. All right, that's good. Okay. Let's make sure that it works. It still works. Nope, not working. Which line is that? 82. Oh, my bad. How about now? Oh. Alright. Okay, that still works. Cool. Seems to be working just fine. Yeah, that works. Okay. Now to the main thing. Need to implement render scrollbar. Generate, yes, generate for me. Okay. This one doesn't return anything. And it needs to be mutable. And so what we do here is we want to compute essentially a paint box for painting. But for the scroll bar, well, for now, let's just do a fake scroll bar, like scroll bar paint box, or just paint box. Paint box. Okay. Which one is that? Let's go to definition. Paintball gets a rectangle or a rounded rectangle, a background color, a border, which we don't need, and then rectangle for border rectangle, or like for the borders around it, which we also don't need. So is that required? I don't know. So you got a rectangle, border rect. Okay. So rec or okay, we gonna need a rectangle. Start 0, 0, and then for the width, let's say 12. That's like the standard width of the scroll bar, I think. For the height, And let's say 20. It's good enough. Nope, apparently not. What do you need? Oh, you need a rectangle. It's not very clever, but alright. Whatever you say. Okay, that's good. Let's work. Border rect. Let's do this for now. And then we need background color. What is the background color that usually used for scroll bar? Like usually like gray color or something. Wait, what is that color? Hang on. What type of color that you use? Oh, okay. So it's RGBA U8. Alright. Okay, not too bad. So let's go from 0 to 255, perhaps. Any more comments in this code? I wrote this code like a few years ago. Not a few years. But I totally forgot what they do now. Which is not good. So what do we have in here? So we have to put it manually, like RGBA. Oh, okay. It's not very good, isn't it? At least have a constructor. Is there a point? No. Probably not. Probably not too bad to do that. Actually more clearer that way, I think. Hang on. I need to Google that. Color picker. Okay. We want probably this color. 99, 99, 97, 97, 97. Okay, that's good. Oh, can I have your playlist? Of course you can. You can have anything. Anything at all. Hang on, I'll find it for you. Here we are. Yep. Okay. 97, 97, 97. Okay, that's good. 97. 97. Ah. RGBA. A should be 255. What else? Border? Ah, right. Which is this one. Because we don't have any border. We don't care about borders. Not for now. Borders. We'll equal that. Okay, good. Got a paint box. Not quite. What else? Oh, use of move value. Okay. Yes, I know. I'll clone it. How about that? Okay. It's happy. So we'll push this paint box into the list of boxes for rendering, and we'll see what it does. Hopefully we'll get a nice gray box somewhere on the screen. Yes, indeed, we do have that. There's a little gray box there. No, we don't want it to be there. We want it to be on the right. How do we do that? Okay, then we have to change the X positions. So in a way, this is more like vertical scroll bar. Yeah. Need a layout box so that we can determine the position. Layout box should be that. Yep. Wait, did that work? Nope. You don't need to clone it. I think just need to. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so the X positions of the scroll bar should be the X positions of the box, the scrollable box, plus the width, but minus the width of the scroll bar. Yeah. So the scroll bar width is gonna be 12 pixel, and the scroll bar, oh, might as well do the height. Well, the height gonna be computable later, so yeah, let's ignore it for now. Scroll bar, where am I? Oh, X, yes, right. We need an absolute locations of these box. We need to get X plus say scrollable container rectangle. We're gonna get the absolute rectangle of it on the page, so that we don't have to repeatedly call those function anymore. Just need to access the scrollable container rect. It's gonna be the rectangle X, the container X plus the container width, and that puts the scroll bar next to the scrollable container. So then we have to minus the scroll bar width. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that will work. That, and then scroll bar width. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Uh-oh. That's not what I want. It's there, but it's wrong. And also, why is it there? Oh, now it works. but it, no, it still got that box right there for some reason. And then now we got two boxes. Huh. Strange. Oh, right, because we, oh, okay, we are calling render scrollbar for every box that is scrollable. Well, not exactly scrollable. We're calling it for every box now, so every box will have a scrollbar. So there's a box right there, and there's a box right here. That's a box. Okay, we don't want to render anything. We don't want to render a scrollbar for boxes that are not scrollable. Yeah. So if the box is scrollable, or if it's not scrollable, then we don't render the scroll bar. Let's just stop there. This means that you will render a scroll bar floating on a container. It should reside a container first and then render it beside them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but yeah, I haven't got to that point yet. For now, I'll just render the scroll bar first, and then we'll take care of the layout later, because it's gonna be quite difficult to debug if you do the layout first, like do all the size shifting things first without rendering the scroll bar. It's gonna be a bit difficult to see. So I want to have a visual thing first, like to have the actual scroll bar on the screen first, and then we'll take care of the resizing later. But yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so there's no scroll bar anymore. But if we do this, no scroll bar. Yes, because it's not scrollable. Well, it is. Where's my scroll bar? Come on. Oh god. Dang it. No scroll bar. If it's not scrollable, don't render the scroll bar. Yeah. But if it's scrollable, then it should have the scroll bar. First of all, let's change that. And then we'll do log debug render scroll bar. I want to make sure like the layout dot scrollable is actually working. So let's see if any scroll bar get rendered that we can't see. Good, no scroll bar. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's weird. There should be scroll bar by now. Okay. What the? What is going on? We're calling render vertical. Okay, perhaps we can move it up here because we have different thing that handle the rendering for the root element. So the root element is like the HTML tag, and then usually if it doesn't have the color by itself, it will delegate the rendering to the body element, which means it's a skip rendering for the root element, and it's go to the body and it start render again. But the problem is, yeah, it may not have background, but it may be scrollable. So if it's scrollable but it doesn't have background, then you know it got stuck right here, so the scroll bar is never rendered. Maybe that's my theory. So I'll move it over here, maybe. Yeah, why not? Yeah, so we do that over there. Though we might have to, well, we don't have to actually. Yeah, okay, let's do that for now. Hopefully that will work. Okay, no scroll bar, good. No scroll bar, yep. But now, fuck, still no scroll bar. So my theory is not right. If it's not scrollable, then don't do that. Okay. So I'll probably do this debug element, which is should it be element? Yeah, scrollable. Element should be the layout box, and scrollable should be layout box dot scrollable. See if it actually scroll. Hopefully it does. Can I do friendly name? Yeah, should do friendly name instead, maybe. Should be. Why not? In case it's gonna dump out all the information that we don't need. Cargo run. Okay. Blockbox. Scrollable 4. Okay, all of them are false. None of them are scrollable. That's good. But now, still none of them are scrollable. Why? Ridiculous. None of them are scrollable. But they're scrollable. What do you mean it's not scrollable? Got no idea what happened there. Did we do anything scroll related? Difficult. Let's search for scrollable. Definitions, scroll height minus content height greater than 0. Okay, what kind of function that use that? Layout box. Scroll. If self is not scrollable, don't scroll. Otherwise scroll. Okay. Scroll top, scrollable. Scroll. Okay, who used this one then. Okay, using the render pipeline. But that is after rendering. Okay. So it should have all the thing in here. Why is it not having that? How about I get the scroll height instead? Run. Text. Okay, we got scroll height of 600, 600, 0, 600, 20, 20, okay. Okay, so that's quite decent. How about now? The scroll height is increasing, yes, of course, because the content have been shrinked, so they are much higher. Then, okay, that's good. So if I do scroll height, and then I'll do content height, and in theory, it should give me the reason why it's not showing that it's scrollable. Because if the content height is smaller than the scroll height, then it should be scrollable. It's very strange. Very strange. Okay, so scroll height is 60, content height is 60, so they equal. Huh. Alright, oh no, that's good because they're not scrollable. How about now? Scroll height and content height is exactly equal. God damn it. No. But it works. It's still working for scrolling. So that means it's still scrollable, which means these things must be different. It's just for some reason during this stage of rendering, it's still saying that those things are equal. That is not fun. How is this called in render? Because in frame, what we do when we run the render pipeline is that we calculate the style, calculate the layout, so that should give us the size, and then we call paint from the painter, so that should give us, yeah, that should have all the sizings and okay, so why is that not working? didn't skip layout computation. Even if we did, it still say that it's scrollable. Scroll height, content height is equal. That is not possible. Okay, that's what. Okay, we need to look into this thing. Scrollable equal scroll height minus content height greater than 0. Yes, that's good. That is correct. Set scroll height to the actual content size before the content size got cut off by the explicit size. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, wait a second. What if... What do we do in layout? We construct a tree for layout, and then we create an initial block box and put that tree into that box, and then we run the block formatting context over that box, and then we return that initial box as a tree. Okay, so that should be, yeah, okay, that should cover everything. We're not missing any box there. So how come it's not working? Dang it. If the box is anonymous, then do that. Okay, should be fine. Maybe scrollable is calculated after render vertical scrollbar. Yeah, perhaps. That could be. Could be. I highly doubt that though, because scrollable is calculated by obtaining the scroll height minus the content size, and the problem is the scroll height and the content size is exactly the same. So probably better to have a bit more context. Scroll height, is it content client height maybe, perhaps, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's not working. That's not helping at all. Yeah. So it's basically saying that the scroll height is like the height of the whole page, and the client height, or the in my code it's called the content height, is the height of the viewport, like of the window. And so if it's scrollable, then the scroll height should be different from the client height. It should be higher. but for some reason it's exactly the same. If it's 0, then yes, it could be that it's calculated after, but it's not 0. It has a value, and these values are calculated, and they are exactly the same. So yeah, I don't know what happened there, because those values are calculated during the layout process. So in the pipeline, so I have something called the render pipeline. So every page will have to go through this. So every page will have to go through the pipeline. So this run function right here. And so the first thing it does is just go through this calculate styles. So calculate style is just going through CSS and then matching the CSS rules for elements, and then we come to calculate layout, which takes the tree after it's been assigned all the styling values, and it run the layout algorithm, which calculate like the position of each box, and then how big they are, how small they are, like their sizes. And then we call the paint, which is where we call the render vertical scroll bar. So in theory, the scroll bar size, the scroll height and content height and everything should be calculated already inside of calculate layout. And it did, but it calculate, for some reason it is, they are the same, which is weird, because they shouldn't be the same, because during when I scroll my mouse, the frame got triggered and it starts scrolling. Oh, how do I calculate the content size? Okay, so the content size is basically it just go through render. No, not go through render. Just go through the whole list of the child elements. So let's say you have a diff, and nested in that diff you got another diff. So the size of this one, the content size, will be the child size. Well, and after it's calculated the content size, it does something called apply explicit size. So, which means that if by default this diff will have the size of this children, but if it has its own height, for example, it's got like a rule like height 20px, then the apply explicit size will do something right here. It's saying that we're gonna set the scroll height to the current content size, which is the size of the children, like so, and then this explicit height will become the content size of this diff. So after the layout process, I'm quite bad at explaining thing here, but after this process, the content size will be 20px, and the scroll height will be the child size, like, or the old content size, which is equal to the child size. Yeah, if that makes sense. So yeah, maybe you're onto something, I think. Maybe this function maybe this function is wrong. Well, something like this, just in case. Nope, still the same. Scroll height and the content height is still the same. It actually shouldn't. Actually, I'll try to do something like friendly name. No. God damn it. Okay, it's blockbox. Nah, that doesn't do anything actually. Yeah, so I'm stuck with this thing. So for some reason apply explicit size not doing the right thing. I mean, it should. Wait, for now, what if we do this? Root node scroll. Root node scroll. Because we are scrolling, but we only scroll the root nodes, which is the initial box. So we only care about this box actually. Yeah, let's do that. So for now, gonna try doing something like this. Layout box dot is root element, then if it's not root element, then return, because we only care about the root element for now. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, scroll height is equal, but it's scrollable. Wait, good. Oh no! This is not what we want. Is initial blockbox. Self dot parent is none, because blockbox doesn't have a parent. Is initial blockbox, then return. Okay, doesn't even doesn't even lock anything out. So the initial box never get to that point, which is not right. So maybe we did something wrong here. Yeah, if layout box is is not visible in the scrolling area, then return. Oh god, no. Alright, maybe this is the issue here. If it had a scrolling containing box block, then true. What if I do this? What if I always return true? Wait, what if I return true? What if I'll say that every box, no matter where you are, you're visible in the scrolling area, and we'll see if we got those things. No. I could just do this actually. Nope, it's not logging out. That build process. If the box is... Oh, right! Oh, I'm stupid. I am very stupid. Okay. Because the layout, we are saying that if the layout box is an anonymous box, then we don't do the rendering. We don't render the box. So for some context, CSS anonymous box. So in CSS we have something called anonymous box. Hang on. Where is it? WC box generation CSS. Where is it? Oh damn, it's never easy to find these things. Did I write it on my blog somewhere? I hope that I did write it on my blog. Is this the reason you write blog? This is parsing. Maybe layout. Layout. Anonymous box. Yes, please. Okay. So, okay. I didn't put a link to the spec. I think. Oh, I did. Yes, nice. Okay. So anonymous. So in CSS we have something called anonymous box. So what it is imagine we have a document like this. We have a div. We have some text. We have inside of that. We also have a paragraph with some text. So when it generates the boxes that contain these things, it will generate one box for the div, which is like the big div, the big box that contain everything inside, and then it generate a box for the paragraph as well. But then it see this text and it's like, oh shit, what should I do? And and so it will generate a box for that text, but it's called an anonymous box because a box by default will have to associate with an element. So let's say a box for diff is like associated with element diff, associated with paragraph, but a text is not an element. So they generate something called anonymous block boxes, which are boxes that doesn't associate with any element. And since they are not associated with any elements, so I don't render the box, which is probably a bad thing to do. I don't know, but yeah, I think in this case it's this thing that's causing it, because we have something in our layout process. We have something called the initial block box. So we in the layout process, we construct a layout tree for the HTML elements and then all of its children into a constructed tree, but we don't run layout on that. We actually create an initial block box, which is an anonymous block box, and then we put that tree into that box first, and then we run layout on top of it. And so but in this case, the block box, or the initial block box, is actually the box that is scrolling. And when you go to painting, it say that, oh, the block box, the initial block box is scrollable, but it is anonymous. So yeah, just we don't render it, and that is stupid, because yes, we should render it. And so probably we should remove that for now. See if it actually works. Uh-oh. Right, that's probably the reason why, because the box doesn't associate with any element, so it cannot cannot take the background color from the nodes and stuff. Oh, you curious about I'm curious about what is the difference technically. The difference between box and okay. There's essentially no difference. It just, so in how do I say this? So in CSS we have the DOM tree, right? So the DOM tree go through the style calculation process, and then it goes through the layout process, and in the layout process it generate boxes to contain elements in the tree, and the boxes usually go in two flavor. Like it's go in it become a block level box or an inline level box. So a block level box is stacking on top of each other. Hang on. So we have a box, right? A page. Essentially, we have maybe HTML and then diff. That's not how HTML works, but who cares? And then some text, and then probably a paragraph, and then yeah. Okay. So the HTML, so during the layout process, it generate boxes to contain these things. So HTML will generate a big box for that, and then for diff is also generate another box inside of that box. But this diff, because diff by default has the CSS rule of display block, right? So if we introduce another diff here, and maybe some text. Then this div will be at the bottom. They're not in line, they are blocked. So if they display block, then the layout process will generate block boxes, and block boxes are stacking on top of each other. On the other hand, there are texts inside of those boxes. So texts are inline boxes. So inline boxes are they are next to each other inside of a line like this. Okay, so you have block boxes and you have inline boxes, and these boxes will have to associate with an element. Like this box associate with HTML, this box associate with div, this box also associate with div. But sometimes you got things that does not associate with elements, like text. Text in HTML is like a node inside of the DOM tree, but it's not an element. An element has to have like a tag, like a div or a paragraph or something. But text is not an element, and so to generate box for that, the layout process will say, okay, we will generate one of these boxes. We'll generate either block box or inline box, but since you don't have an element associated with you, we will call you an anonymous box. So anonymous box, technically speaking, like during layout they're not different at all, but during rendering they're different, because a regular box will associate with an element, so you can go to that element and read things like background colors or border and stuff. But anonymous box does not have an element, so it cannot just go to that element and then say, oh, give me background colors and stuff. And so that's not allowed. So during layout there's no different, but during rendering, then yes, that's the different. And usually in rendering we just skip it, because if you can't get the background, you can't get anything out of it. Like it's essentially an invisible box just for containing things, then why bother rendering them? So yeah, that's the difference. That's why we have this thing. Like if it's anonymous, then don't render it, because there's nothing there. It's nothing visually there. This is wrong. Are there any reason we don't render it as span or something like that? Okay, span is technically an element, and so if it's an element, then it should have its own box. So in this case, just like div, span by default has displayed inline, right? So display inline will generate an inline box, so one of these boxes, and so they have elements. So those boxes will, during render, they will not be anonymous box. Anonymous box are only for elements, not elements, like nodes that does not associate with an element, like text, or in some cases we have boxes that we need to split out. Like let's say for, I think here we have something. Nope, we don't have it. Yeah, just sometimes we have things like let's say a div, and inside of that div we have like a some text, like let's say in that div we have span and then text, right? Span and then text, but then we have but then in the middle of it, so this structure should render a block box because div is display block, and then an inline box, right? 3 inline box because spans are inline, right? But if we take the same thing and we do something cool with it, we put another div inside. So in theory it should be like this, right? But in CSS we say that no, this is not allowed. This is not allowed. You're not allowed to mix inline and block together in one level. You either have inline or you have block. So because you know, if you think about that, it's quite logical because you know, block box, the way block box render is just say it goes through its content, and if it's all inline boxes, then it's rendered everything. It render everything in an inline manner, like just next to each other. So if you got 3 span, then it's rendered like this, right? If you got 3 block box inside, then it's rendered like this, right? But if you have block box and inline box, it's confused. It's like, okay, I got this 2 inline box, and then the third one like block box. Where do I put them? So they got confused. So they say, no, you can't do this. This is not allowed. This is illegal. And they come up with an idea that is saying that, okay, whenever you go through the div, you find another div inside. So then you have to separate this into another block box. Okay, I think I understand. So if we render it as a span, it would not be allowed in some cases. Yeah, so in some cases it will not be allowed, and it will be break into these 2 boxes instead. It's actually into 3 boxes. Yeah. So that way it can keep things you know, organized. But then we have 3 block box. So the first block box is associated with the div, but these 2 are just for layout. So they don't have an element, so they are anonymous. Yeah. So yeah, that's why you need anonymous block box. Yeah. Yeah. So in this case, I guess we can render scrollbar if the box is scrollable, but if it's anonymous, then yeah, we don't render the rest of that. We just render the scrollbar. For now, this is actually wrong, but yeah, for now we just stick with this. Hopefully it fixes our problem. Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay, scroll height 542 and content height is 566. 556. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, the scroll height and then content height is different, but it's called render scroll bar now, but it doesn't appear. Okay, that doesn't matter. We fixed it. We fixed it. That's good. That's good for now. It's good for now. It's good for now. So I'll remove this, probably remove this as well. If it's not scrollable, don't render, but scrollable, render it. Cool, good. Okay. Gonna have to revert a bunch of things here as well. Okay, we got render scrollbar. Text. Just not rendering. Vertical scrollbar. Damn. Oh, maybe. Oh, okay. Okay. I think because we render the scrollbar first, and then we render the box actually sit on top of the scrollbar, so we can't see. Okay. So we have to render it at the end of it. So like this. Yeah, let's separate them. Separate them. Let's do build for the layout box. Build up. Render, or not render. I'll have to change render. Build pane box for content. Layout box is that one. And then we move this here. Yeah. And then we got everything for rendering the content of the box. So we can say self.render self.build pane boxes for content. Pass in the layout box. And this one should be build pane box for vertical scrollbar. Yeah. Hang on. What is this here? Oh, you need an override rectangle, right? My bad. Override rectangle. How about now? Good. Build pane box for vertical scrollbar. Does that work? Yeah, maybe, perhaps. Okay, hopefully that will work. It doesn't work. Don't laugh. Ah, dang. It's just rendering a scroll bar. How difficult is that? Jesus. Fuck. Okay. We render. We build the boxes. We do all the things inside. All right. We do all the things inside. So because we do all the thing inside, so it overlaps. It sit on top of the scroll bar as well. Okay, that's not good. That is not good. So we have to render the scroll bar at the end, like at the very end. Okay. Maybe I'm right. I could be wrong. Most of the time I'm wrong though. So after we render the child, we render the scroll bar for that, the layout box. Okay, please work. Okay, please work. Alright, that's good. How about now? We got a scroll bar! Dang! It's not following, but it is a scroll bar. Oh. That took a while. Okay, that's good, that's good. That is very good. Alright. Congratulations. Yeah, nice. Yeah, thank you. Finally. The first stream is not going very smoothly, isn't it? Okay, so we probably want to keep the build boxes. They're just the same. Yeah. So I'll remove this part, and boom. That's done. Okay. Okay, that's one thing. But another thing is we have to make it to follow the scroll, which is the difficult thing. Okay. Okay, how do we do that? First we can do. First, let's calculate the height of the scroll bar. All right. So we have a page. It's scrollable. Let's say the page is much higher, and then this is our viewport. Viewport should be dot. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So the height of the scroll bar should equal oh god, what should it equal? We have this height. And we want to map them together. So we want to map it. We want to project it. So it's like, instead of going from 0 to the height of our viewport, okay, let's see, content size multiplied by content size divided by scroll height. Content size divided by scroll height. Then content size, yeah, maybe, yeah, maybe. I'm not good at math, so I can't really verify that, but it sounds reasonable. Let's try it. Doesn't hurt to try. Scroll bar height. What's that? Okay, content height. Layout box. No. Height multiply by the scrollable. Control Shift. Damn it. Why did I decide to use a new keyboard today? Totally. Okay, how do I? Oh fuck. Okay, so Control N is navigate to the forwards. How do I navigate backward? Control B? P? Oh yeah, it's Control P. Okay. Divided by scroll height. Scroll container scroll height. It's layout box dot scroll height. Yeah. Okay, hopefully. I'm gonna remove these scrollable. It's actually not needed. Should be good enough. Make things shorter. Yeah. Oops. Okay, so we got scrollbar height. We should fit it inside here. Okay. All right. Let's hope. Let's hope that this works. Test text. Text works. Ooh, that seems about right. Ooh, okay. Now we're gonna have to calculate the Y position. So it's follow our scroll. Yeah. It's super cool. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, it's actually super cool. Oh, thank God I have viewers who show me these like math formula and stuff. Otherwise, I'll be having a hard time figuring this out. What is the white? Oof. Okay. Now we need to calculate scrollbar Y. Scrollbar Y would be the scroll top. The scroll top goes from, because we are tracking the scroll progress, I think we're tracking the scroll progress inside of something called the scroll top. So the scroll top is basically just the distance between the top and the scrolling position. So if we go down over here, then this should be the scroll top. Okay. Are you going to stream on Twitch? I think we got more viewers there. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, I hope so. I don't know, I just feel like streaming. So I just started streaming. I actually don't know anything about streaming. So, but yeah, I think I'll try go on Twitch if there's more viewers there. I'm not aiming for viewers though. More aiming for fun. But yeah, if more viewer, more fun. So I'll go there sometime. We'll see. Yeah, so this is a scroll top. How do we map this scroll top into the Y position? Dang. Okay, so we start from 0 because the scroll top go from 0 to there. So the range, the scroll top will go from 0 to scroll height minus the content's height. So maybe scroll top multiplied by content size divided by scroll height. Yeah, could use the same thing. Yeah, I guess you're right. We might have to do some special thing at the end. Nah, probably not. Yeah, probably you're right. Yeah. Hopefully that will work. Y equal how do we get the scroll top again? Okay, yeah, right. Scroll top okay, that's good. And then we just feed it in here. Scrollbar white, please work. Okay. If this works, I'll just put the comment here like my viewer came up with this. I did not do this. Don't blame me if it doesn't work. Nah, I won't do that. But I'll put down right now like okay. Let's hope that you're right. Alright, moment of truth. Okay, text works fine. You're right. Oh, that is, that feels so good. Yes, that's how things should be. Yes. Oh, that's so nice. Actually, I'll probably show you a bit something that it can render. It doesn't render much because most of the HTML is not parsing correctly. But whoops. But there's some pages that is rendered very well. Like this is a block from one of my friends. It's rendered very well. Oof. Yeah, it's almost the same. Like this is how it looks like in reality. This is how it looks like on Moon browser. It's missing a like a bit of thing, but overall it works. We still have this mystery bug of like a huge space at the end here. I don't know why, and I don't know what caused it, but yeah. Who cares? We got the scroll bar. This is good. This is so cool. Oh. Alright. Okay, I think I'm happy now. I can sleep tonight. This is so nice. Oh. Okay. And we have a bunch of log to scroll through. Oh, right. Yeah. Let's commit the code. We have the code, boys. We have the codes. Okay, so that's the only file we changed. What did we change? Okay, so we remove that because we don't care. We just mutate the boxes by ourselves, yeah. And then we build the scroll bar, yeah. That's good. Do that. Alright, looks about right. Yeah. Basic scroll bar rendering. Yeah. And we'll push it to our thing. Then we okay, I'm probably gonna leave this open though, because I want to have another stream, and in that stream we'll be reading something like scroll bar with CSS. Like, yeah, we'll be reading we'll be implementing things like scroll bar width and colors and stuff. Yeah, because it's cool to do that. Because Firefox doesn't support this, I think. And so if we support it, and yeah, Edge doesn't support it, Chrome doesn't support it, Firefox did. Oh, okay, my bad. But anyway, oh yeah, because Chrome used WebKit scrollbar. During WebKit scrollbar, you can display we can customize the width and the height and colors and everything. So yeah, okay, yeah, all right. I want not WebKit. I want Moon scrollbar, and then have width and height and everything. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be really nice to have. Oof. So that would be next stream, because this stream is a bit long now, I think. It's midnight now, so it probably shouldn't stay up so long. But yeah, let's finish up the PR. This PR support initial support scroll bar rendering. It should support rendering scroll bar for scrollable content. Support rendering customized scroll bar with with Moon. let's just, oh, well, scrollbar. Prefix. Yes, that's what I want. It's probably not the best thing to do, but who cares? It's look cool. If anything is cool, it's worth doing. Oh, customize should be an S. Right. Yes, don't be like Americans using Z everywhere. No, I'm just kidding. Use anything you want. If it's cool, it's good. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. Well, actually, it might be cool to do something like this. What is today? Then we'll do this. All right. Hopefully that get uploaded. That took a long time. Still loading. Huh. While the file is uploading, you can't create a pull request. Okay. Interesting. Though why is it taking so long? Is it that big? 8.6 megabyte. Jesus. That's big. Is it full HD or something? Oh yeah, that's feel much better. Yes, okay. We got that. That's cool. Create pull requests. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, so for those who don't know, my code is public at the Moon repository. So feel free to stop by and you know, just look through my code and vomit, perhaps, if that's what you're into. But nah, it's good enough. But yeah, feel free to stop by and maybe do pull requests. I don't know. I don't have any plan for this. It's just like a hobby. So feel free to create any issue, any feature that you guys want. Oh, speaking. Just 3 days ago. Oh, okay. I didn't even notice that. Okay. Does error happen to try to compile? Oh, it's because you have to install the mode linker. Yes. Okay. Yeah. We'll deal with it later. But yeah. For now, we have Scrollbar. It is so cool. Oh, it is so cool. Okay. Anyway, I'll probably need to stop streaming now and head to bed. I have a long week already. How do I end this? How do people end their stream? Like, do they have to say goodbye or something? Okay, let's say goodbye. Thank you for watching my stream, guys. It's been a really fun experience. This is the first ever stream. My first ever stream is really fun. So there's a high chance that there will be a next stream. So yeah, just stick around. All right. Okay, cool. See you guys.